What you are watching did not start as a video, it started as a problem. How do you return sharing your research online when the old way of making content takes days you no longer have? Welcome to reWandting, an AI-narrated technology video series where we unpack lectures, research, and ideas from Professor Adam Scott Wandt at John Jay College of Criminal Justice. To be entirely clear, this episode and everything you hear is assembled and voiced by artificial intelligence based strictly on his actual source materials. The obstacle to public education is rarely a lack of knowledge to share. The friction point is time. There is a deep recurring conflict between the daily demands of being a full-time academic and the desire to broadcast that research to the world. 15 years ago, Professor Wandt maintained a regular YouTube channel. Every single episode demanded up to 2 full days of manual labor, setting up lights, filming on camera, and grinding through video editing. Eventually, the channel had to be dropped entirely. That intense production schedule simply couldn't coexist with the demands of advancing an academic career. During that hiatus from video creation, he earned tenure, became an associate professor, published extensive research, and secured over $5 million in federal funding and grants. His expertise also sharpened during these years, shifting away from general technology to highly specialized fields like cybersecurity and digital forensics. This creates a frustrating paradox for professionals. Reaching the peak of an academic career gives you the exact expertise the public wants to hear, but achieving that peak eliminates the free time required to record and broadcast those insights. Professor Wandt established a strict condition for his return to video. He would only do it if artificial intelligence could automate the heavy lifting. The system needed to synthesize his existing lectures, writings, and notes without requiring him to step in front of a camera. In mid-2025, he ran the first major experiment. Using an AI application called HighNote, he successfully generated 10 podcast-style episodes featuring a dynamic 2-speaker audio format based entirely on his source documents. However, this initial test hit a wall. HighNote excelled at generating audio, but it completely lacked the ability to produce visuals. This forced him back into manual video editing software. He had to lay the AI-generated audio over static graphics by hand. The process was painfully slow, and the end result was passable but not up to personal standards. Automating the voice track alone does not solve the bottleneck. If a workflow still demands manual visual editing, the friction remains too high to sustain a consistent educational series. The project was put back on hold. The breakthrough arrived in April 2026. A Google tool called Notebook LM entered the market, offering significantly better integration of narration and visuals, allowing the project to finally resume. To eliminate the remaining production hurdles, Professor Wandt spent 4 total days engineering 2 highly customized GPT agents on ChatGPT. This diagram illustrates the new automated workflow. The process begins in the pre-production phase, where raw source materials like meeting minutes, published papers, and transcripts are ingested directly into Notebook LM and the first custom GPT. This pre-production GPT takes over the analysis. It reads the documents, determines the goals of the episode, checks its assumptions, and then outputs a uniform prompt to guarantee consistency across every video. That exact prompt is then fed into Notebook LM to generate the cinematic overview video. Once the video file is created, it flows directly into the second agent, the post-production GPT. From there, the post-production GPT reads the final video and automatically generates a complete transcript, platform-specific social media descriptions, and cohesive YouTube thumbnail concepts. A production cycle that used to require 2 grueling days of manual labor has been condensed into a highly automated pipeline, requiring only about 10 minutes of human oversight per episode. But we have to acknowledge a strict limitation. Artificial intelligence is not a flawless creator. The videos produced by this pipeline are only good enough. They do not currently meet the absolute highest standards of a fully manual, professional edit. Accepting those imperfections is a calculated trade-off. Tolerating a slightly less polished visual allows a busy expert to reclaim their time and actually get valuable educational content out to the public. And the quality is not static. It will incrementally improve over the coming months as the underlying prompt structures are refined and these experimental workflows are shared with a community of peers. Technological progress does not require perfection to be valuable. It simply needs to reduce the physical workload enough to make the consistent sharing of complex knowledge a reality again. Like, follow, and subscribe for more deep dives into emerging technology, digital investigations, and ideas shaping our future. And remember, stay curious and want knowledge.